Hello to everybody out there in this great big world of social media. This is your brother Dana coming to you this late, almost Tuesday morning here in Chicago. A special shalom to all of you, the chosen people of the Most High Yah. It's always a blessing to come before you, especially at this point where the truth of who you are has been revealed, and you no longer are a black or a African American or a person of color, but your true identity is the chosen people of God, the Most High Yah. And I am just grateful and thankful that the Most High Yah has also opened my eyes to see this truth. The video, like most of my videos, are really aimed at trying to get this truth to be seen by my white evangelical family members. But I at times really understand Jonah when he was like, nah, Yah, no, God, let the judgment fall on the Ninevites. And at times I feel that way, especially now when I look at my white evangelical family members. And when I say that tonight, I am really speaking to family members that I either know personally, well, of course they're my family, but still they're close enough in my family that I know them personally, or they're friends that I know personally, or if I don't, they're from the same town or area where I grew up. So we are really coming from the same background and upbringing in southern Minnesota area. But when I read to the extent that my white evangelical family members will go to not only justify our history as a white church of Christianity and evangelicalism, but to even now defend and justify our actions of hatred towards you, our black brothers and sisters. And so tonight, I just wanted to read some of those posts and just to really say, really, white evangelical family members, really? One of them was defund welfare, instead of defunding the police. So, it's hard for people to riot when they have to go to work. And so now, they're declaring what? That you, my black brothers and sisters, don't work. But then I go to my hometown, I go to southern Minnesota, and when growing up, there was not one of you, my black brothers and sisters, nowhere to be found for probably 40 miles. And so yet the same people that want to say that the media is fake will believe it when it comes to something about you, especially when it's negative. So defund welfare, for it's hard for people to riot when they have to go to work. Another post was something like, white privilege is nothing but a myth. And then this individual, when I came back to them, they were like, well, I didn't mean, to separate blacks and whites. What? So then why would you post something about white privilege when you are ignorant of white privilege? But again, it's just to show you the level that they will go to defend something they say they are not. And so this post actually broke my heart down, where I really decided that I'm done with these certain individuals, that at this point I have to dust the dust from my feet, for I have shared what I need to share. But this one here broke me. And it says, funny how the same people who say that George Floyd's past shouldn't be held against him are the very same ones holding this country's past against people who weren't even there. So now they go to the point of saying, oh, so you don't want us whites to hold against like an individual George Floyd when he was murdered, but yet now you want to hold our past against us. And then shoot, I wasn't even there. But like I said to you, my white evangelical members, a few nights ago, okay, so you want to say you're not guilty because you weren't there. But are you innocent now defending this evil? And so this last one that I want to read to you goes to, it hit me because it goes all the way to another level. And I'm going to read it to you. But another level within my white evangelical family members. And it says, blacks were not enslaved. Now, this is a quote from Thomas Sowell. And of course, being a man of color, a black man, my white people, white family members love to bring in one person and then say it's true for all black people. But yet when you speak about all white people to them, they get mad. But see, that's white fragility, and we'll get into that at another time. Whites always stereotype everybody else, but don't you dare ever stereotype us whites. And so this quote from him says, blacks were not enslaved because they were black, but because they were available. Slavery has existed in the world for thousands of years. Whites enslaved other whites in Europe for centuries because the first black was brought to the Western Hemisphere. Asians enslaved Europeans. Asians enslaved other Asians. Africans enslaved other Africans. And indeed, even today in North America or Africa, blacks continue to enslave blacks. So, whether or not this quote is true or false is not what I'm trying to put out here. But what I'm trying to say is, white evangelicals, I thought you said that our standard is the heart and the life of Jesus Christ and the words of the Bible. If that is true, then you are now justifying your racial hatred or evil because, look, everybody else did it. It amazes me. And see, in this is the truth. The truth is that my white evangelical family members are not blinded to what Trump does. They are very aware that his language, his behavior is not godly. It is not like Christ. They know that. But like I say, they're overlooking it because greater than his behavior is their fear of losing white supremacy. And the reason why I know they're very aware of Trump's behavior in words is because in posts, when I respond, or even when I was with some of these white evangelical family members, and they were talking around, I even mentioned, I said, I think it's just, to look at that woman, go over there and grab her pussy and F her like this, and you should see their reactions. But then I say, but why are you reacting this way with me? Trump has said this and worse things, or even hanging around them, and I will then say, damn it. And they'll look at me and say, what? But I'm like, well, wait a minute. You don't hear Trump when he cusses, so why do you hear me? Because they see what Trump does. And so I wish that you, my white evangelical family members, would just be true to who you are. Why really do you care that black brothers or sisters may judge you for being a racist? Why do you care that white people or black people are going to dislike you because you don't care about them no way. So why are you hiding what's in your heart? Why do you care what they think? Every time I ask some of you who say that, all these things that blacks need to do so their lives will be better, when I give you an invitation to this platform, and I'll tell you it's not live, so I'm not. You always say, but you're gonna embarrass me. You're gonna make me look like a fool. And I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. How does truth make you look like a fool? And if harassed, your Jesus was harassed for speaking the truth. So why do you hide your racist or your white supremacist or your dislike for blacks when really do you care what they think about you? Obviously you don't. Because if you cared at all, you would hear their cries. But obviously you don't care. So why not be the person that obviously the Bible gives you permission to be? Because you are following a leader that is displaying basically everything you would like to do and to say, although he himself still doesn't have the boldness or the courage or the confidence to really be who he knows he is. So y'all are playing this behind the scenes, but why do you care? Even you don't care what I say because I'm a traitor or I've been brainwashed. And yet, as I respond to you, have I turned away of speaking this truth due to the facts of you harassing me or calling me crazy or saying I don't want to ever talk to you again? If my own brother will turn his back on me for whatever reason, so to my white evangelical family members, really, just be you. Because why do you really care? Especially if you're speaking and living truth. What me or my black brothers and sisters really think about you. Because obviously you should not care, because you should not be a part of the world. Jesus did not care what people thought of him. All he cared about was being obedient to his Father. And then we, as we're brought up in Christianity, we are to be obedient to Jesus, right? Just like Jesus was obedient to his Father, even to the point that he gave his life up on the cross to be ridiculed, harassed, whipped, beat, and nailed. So if you believe you're speaking truth, then speak it. Because you shouldn't care what the rest of us think about what you're saying, because truth is truth. And at least make yourself free. Because we already see who you are. We really do. So this is just kind of a laid back little video just to come before you. And also to let you know that we are starting up a podcast. It'll be the first Thursday of August. Many of you have reached out and said it'd be great to do something live, so maybe some people can call in and we can have more of a correspondence and a conversation between us. But due to the fact that I am blocked from doing anything live from Facebook and YouTube, I have to resort to a podcast. But that's okay. So it'll be called Speaking Truth Regardless with, myself, Brother Dana. And I'm looking forward to actually being able to talk to some of you in person. And before I end too, I've been really trying to get Rosie Jones. Rosie, will you please email me? And I'm just sharing your name because you have been such a faithful Hebrew sister. And I would really like to ask you to reach out to me so that I can thank you in my way for being such a blessing to me. And many, many, many of you are, but Miss Rosie has been with me from the very beginning, I think. And I just thank her for her faithfulness to the Most High Yah, and then her willingness to encourage myself. And I know I'm not the only one she encourages. So please get in touch with me. And anyway, this is Brother Dana coming to you from the city of Chicago. And I want to say good night and shalom. Bye-bye.